Yeah. Hey, what's up, everyone?
Well, I don't think we got anybody yet, but we'll see. If anybody joins us, they can join us to watch the show. If not, we'll just hang out and do it. Fuck it.
Yeah, we haven't done a Saturday night stream in a while, or at least I haven't.
No, I haven't in a minute. Well, I figured this is at least an hour or two before anybody else will be doing anything too. So I figured, hey, we got a couple of different sets of eyes on us. What's going on? What's going on, guys? Wherever y'all are, say hello. If you're hearing me, give me the middle finger. Give me an up yours if you're. And
I
that's the
think.
bottom line.
Yeah, I shared the movie link there, but for some reason the address comes up differently. But that is the movie link.
Hey, there's Lady J. What's going on, Lady J? How's it going? We're just hanging about in the dark, just bullshitting. I was wanting to watch this film, and I asked Sean if he wanted to watch it too, and I figured, hell, we might as well make it live, see if anybody else wants to watch
Yeah, I've been wanting to watch this, and we were talking about watching this anyway, like maybe
it.
like a couple weeks ago, something like
Yeah,
that. I
yeah,
know it was mentioned.
yeah. But then we decided to go ahead and do the Friday 13th franchise, so I figured before Tuesday comes and we do that because I'm busy tomorrow. And then Monday, I figured it's the only chance I'm going to have before then. So I said, fuck it, let's go ahead and do it now. Because come Tuesday, see the way I got to figure it out, we're busy all the way through to July, August, and September with these Friday 13th. So, hey Russell, how's it going? Yeah, the Funhouse is a good one, man. This was the last minute thought. We talked about doing it a while back, and we figured we'll squeeze it in now before we start the Friday franchise.
Yeah, believe it or not, this is actually the very first Scream Factory title I ever bought.
Really, mine was
Yeah.
Burning.
Yeah, like we want like as soon as they came out with that Blu-ray line, because like they were releasing DVDs before that. I know Shale Factory was or whatever,
Right.
but when they
Hey,
came
Pat.
out with that Blu-ray line, I was the first thing I ordered was the Funhouse.
Go on, Pat.
Yeah, I see Nate's here over at Pat Master. Russell's here, Lady J. What's up, guys? Yeah, we got a random pop-up stream here tonight.
Oh man, yeah, Funhouse tonight. Oh, I want to show everybody. I about a week or so, I ordered this. I could look at the price on it, and it come with a COA, a certificate of authenticity. Signed picture of Edwin Neal.
Oh, it's Nubbins.
Yep, and along with it, I wasn't
Nubbins.
expecting. As a bonus, they sent me this. This is a picture. This is a Devil's Rejects, and it's
Holy shit!
announcing 2005 release, and on it, look what's signed on it.
Wow.
Bill Mosley.
But
That was a
yeah, that's
bonus.
wow. That's nice, dude.
That was a bonus, man. I was like, so I got two for one low price.
Is that like framed too?
Yeah.
I was gonna say it looks like it's framed.
Well, I framed it, but the Gavin Neal came in this thing here. But they're both signed. They both have COAs.
Nice size too.
So yeah, I got 8x10 of that, and then a nice like 16x20 poster of and it's basically it's an old Devil's Reject because it says in theaters in 2005. So hell yeah. Hey, what's going on, Austin? Did you get my message? You haven't seen a Funhouse? Wow. He's got the link up there for the Look movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna share it again, but the address comes up weird for some reason, but supposedly it works.
You see us all right? Is my car all right? Do I need to change it? Hear me fuck around with
It's
my color just a little bit. Ah, there's a light blue. Rejects in theaters. Yeah, I missed in theaters. I did see courses. Thought about doing courses, but I figured that the next imprompt, just fuck it when we decide to hang out and do this. Um, we'll do courses then.
yeah, I honestly I think it'd be better if you actually scheduled corpses rather than
Okay.
doing a random one because like I think people that are probably gonna miss this tonight or if we watched corpses tonight, it probably would have been like people like, damn, I didn't know about this. You know, like some people will probably get pissed off about it.
Well, I don't know if you put it at the right time. Like I think this was a pretty decent time to do it. Nobody started doing their shit yet. You know what I mean? And if we don't take too long getting in the movie, they'll probably go check it out before anybody else does anything.
Yeah, I think I forget who someone's streaming at like 10 o'clock tonight.
So yeah, I mean, this is a great time to do this. Curfew's pretty good. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but yeah. Uh, yeah, but that's about all I can really think to say about that, Austin. I did watch that video from him, and if you know anything about religion, which I'm hearing you do, you know anybody that's really lived it hard and really lived the opposite way when they first find religion and they really get into it, and they go really overboard. You know what I mean? They cut their hair, they try to sell the right things, they wear all the right shirts. You know what I mean? And it's all about just it's all about fear, man. It's all about just fear of God, man. It's all it is. And you know, um, what what Eric doesn't understand yet is Jesus doesn't care how long your hair is. Jesus doesn't care what kind of clothes you wear. Jesus just cares if you have him in your heart. That's all he's worried about. If you know, speaking of those who do believe in religion, those you guys that don't, that's fine too. All are welcome here. I don't, you know, I'm not going to sit around and, you know, I mean, I do have some religious beliefs, but as you've seen my show before, and you see that I definitely don't walk the straight and narrow.
Yeah, I don't know, I try not to talk too much about religion. It
Right.
gets
Well,
too
that's
touchy with people sometimes. That's why I
well,
just leave it.
no. I mean, this. Well, I feel that I talk about it the correct way. I talk about it. I don't sit around. You know what I mean? There's a right way and a wrong way. And this is just something between me and Austin about somebody that we knew. So
Got you. No, that's cool, man.
it's just something about somebody that we used to know that's made a very, very hard, direct cut the opposite direction. So anyway, over and done with that. Just wanted to get that out of the way.
No, that's cool, man.
Yeah. Is everybody gonna watch with us? Either way, we're checking this out. Yeah, this burger got it's got a lot more shit in it. I'm watching the 4K, but the Blu-ray has a new 4K scan and everything. Fans of Wolf Creek should see the Aussie horror revenge movie Storm Warning. Okay,
What
the
version
red
you
list
watching
of the
tonight?
club. Pardon?
What format you watching tonight? You watching a Blu-ray, a 4K, or
I'm doing the newest Funhouse 4K.
okay? I just have the regular Blu-ray still.
Well, the Blu-ray has a four-way or has a 4K has a brand new 4K scan on it too. So either way, it would it'd probably be about the same thing.
You know, be honest with you though, like the Funhouse has never really looked good anyway. It's always had a bit of like a faded fuzziness look to it.
Yeah,
And like I'm sure like the 4K is definitely an improvement, but I just can't imagine the movie looking so much better on 4K.
right. Dean Koontz did a novelization of the Funhouse. Wow, the original person that wrote it was Larry Block. Did Dean Koontz do a novelization of this Funhouse, or is it something different? Because Larry Block is the one that originally wrote the novel, and they called him in to do the screenplay.
Yeah, Dean Koontz did so much shit, man.
Yeah, well, he's the one that originally wrote High Intensity, or
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It was a book just called Intensity. Really, really, I know that Dean Koontz redid this one. And that's interesting. Um,
Like I remember the first time I saw this movie, I actually didn't really care for it that much. Took some time for it to like really grow on me to like really, really appreciate this movie.
yeah, yeah, it's got but it goes heavy into tropes. It took a long time for me to really start admitting that it was even a slasher, because to me it's still not even really a slasher. I mean, it is, but it isn't.
It's like a Frankenstein movie in a way. Like it's like it's got slasher elements too. So you're right about that.
Folks, yeah. I guess the 1987 UK video release ran 3 minutes shorter because they cut some of the violence out, and it doesn't have a whole shitload of violence really anyway. But hey, we got Patrick Bateman in the chat, man. What's going on, Patrick? A copy of Fangoria with Funhouse Creep on the cover. Must be rared out. Yeah, I have a few of those too. I have the number either 3 or 4 that has The Empire Strikes Back on it. I have you see, oh, right back here. Hold on a second. Yeah, I'll show you all real quick. Show you all my Fangoria. Okay, here. Yeah, this is number 6 from. Goddamn. Well, it only costs $1.95. This is number
Oh,
6.
cool.
So number
That's
6.
really cool. I didn't even know Fangoria covered Star Wars.
Oh yeah. Here's number 10, and look what number 10 has on it.
Scanners.
The head explosion.
See, I was bigger in the comics and magazines like in the '90s when I was like still growing up.
Speaking of the
But
Funhouse, number
like
11.
I grew out of that stuff though. I just for some reason I stopped collecting magazines.
Is
Damn,
this
that's
one
an
here?
awesome one.
There's the
Dude,
Funhouse.
that's such a good shot of the creature, man.
Here's Dick Smith's The Hunger. This is number 20, 26. And on the side, it also has, let me see, Emilyville 2 and a bunch of other things on there. Find some other old ones here. Here's Company of Wolves, The Uncanny, and the Silent Night, Deadly Night pullout poster.
Hmm.
That is number 42. Um, here's number 46, and this has got Life Force, Day of the Dead, and Reanimator on the front with the original Nightmare on Elm Street pull-out poster. Let's see. This is a fucked up one. I'm not sure about that, but this is number 115. It's got Brain Dead, Alien 3, Batman Returns, Army of Darkness.
Man, you got a lot of them, dude.
Yeah, starting to run out of the real old ones. This might be my last old one. This is July. Yeah, I can't see where it has the number. But it's got Phantasm 4. It's got the Beyond on it. It's talking about the Beyond right there. So yeah, got a few more in there, but yeah,
Dude, some of them are worth some good money, dude.
yeah. I'm wanting to catch the rest of them here. Who else? I have that mag. scanners. Let's see. Also have the. Well, I want the Shining cover, and I want the worm face cover. Give you $50 for your set. No way, man. No way, Patrick. Even if you are the American Psycho. Love the name, by the way. Is that your real name, or do you just go by Patrick Bateman because? Yeah, they sure don't make them like that anymore. You're right, man. But yeah, I mean, if everybody's ready and everything ready to go, let me know. Kind of want to
Yeah,
get
I'm
it
good to
going.
go.
Yeah, I kind of want to get it going a little bit, and then we can bullshit a little bit through it. That way, I'm not cutting any what anybody else is going to be starting to do at 8 or 9 o'clock.
Right.
That's what I was kind of thinking about starting at 5, but you never can tell. If Fangoria was Sleepy Hollow on it, yeah. First announcement to Scream 3. Yeah, I have a few. I have a few more, but a lot of them are newer. Oh, this is a cool one. Here's Phenomenon. Nice ass cover.
Yeah, with the Creepers artwork.
Um, Wishmaster 2. Here is The Thing in John Carpenter. This is a newer one, Norman Reedus. Here's another cover. This is a cool ass cover here. It's a little newer. Here's Pan's Labyrinth. This is Dagon.
We were just talking about that movie on Grande's Graveyard the other night, on Thursday night.
Here's a Cronenberg special. Talks about his early years. There's
Is that
pictures right
Shivers?
there. Yep. Yeah, I got a few more that I'll show after if everybody wants to pick them up.
Let's see if the chat's ready.
But the
Everybody in the
friend,
chat ready to watch this movie? I'm going to share the link one more time.
Halloween. Cool. I think the Creeper's supposed to be the best. Hell yeah, man. Awesome. Yeah, everybody's ready to go. We'll go ahead and start going. Pat says he's ready.
Yeah, I just shared the link down there if anybody needs it.
Patrick says, "Yeah, man, roll it." All right. Let me push play and then pause it. All right, we'll have the universal thing around the front. Are you ready?
Yep.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Universal Studios. I forgot this was a Universal. It's that old dirty Universal too. I liked it when they did that.
Yeah.
Remember on Jaws when they showed this and that dirty Universal, you heard like
Actually,
the water and shit.
dude, like I associate that old original blue Universal logo with Jaws. Like when I see
Yeah.
that, I immediately think of Jaws.
Yeah, because you can hear that little bubble, or you can hear the bubbles or whatever of the water. Boom, boom, shit down below.
Yeah. I mean, it's that and also the fact that I watched Jaws so many times as a kid.
I've never done Jaws. I thought about it.
Yeah, like that's what kicked it off for me, dude. Seeing Jaws and like Star Wars when I was growing up, like that's what really kicked it off with movies for me.
Sylvia Miles, man, she's a legend. So it's Kevin Conway, man. Kevin Conway done a shitload of things.
Yeah, I think he died not too long ago, right?
Yeah,
Maybe like a year or two ago.
I got the Jaws 4K. I'm wanting that Jaws 2 Steelbook 4K where it shows it from inside the shark's mouth. I think that is a cool ass looking 4K. You know what I mean? It shows it from inside his mouth, and what you see in front of him is that chick, like water skiing. The chick that he eats, Mary that eats a boat.
Yeah.
That's actually supposed to be the she. I guess that's supposed to be the female, the companion to Jaws. I guess she's getting revenge from what the book said. The Jaws 2 is all about his lady getting pissed because they blew his head off. Yeah,
Jaws too.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah, I
got that
always
little book
liked
in the
Jaws
strip book.
too, but I just wish there was more shark in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I saw that steel book at Best Buy, man. That is a nice looking
Really?
steel book.
Oh man, should have grabbed that. But
But like the reason why I'm not grabbing it is because I already have so many copies of Jaws too, and it's not exactly my favorite movie. So
because
there's
people are
just
trying to.
certain movies that like I just like I don't know. There's certain movies I grab like double like I'll like double dip on, but other movies I don't. And Jaws 2 is not one I'm not gonna keep double dipping on.
Because I don't have access to a Best Buy like that, and so and I'm wanting that, and all rebate people want 60 and 80 and $100 for it. So shit, if you come across the shop, I'll pay you back for it.
Well, put it this way: next time I go to Best Buy and they have it, I'll buy it. But I don't know when the next time I'm gonna be going to Best Buy. See, whenever I do go to Best Buy, I do try to go on Tuesdays because that's usually like the new releases and stuff. But
Yeah.
there is a Best Buy near me where it seems like nobody ever picks out like any movies from, even though the section's small.
Right.
But like I found some good stuff there. Like I got the Reservoir Dogs 4K Steelbook from there. They like actually I would like to go back and get the House of a Thousand Corpses Steelbook, the one that you got that you showed off
Yeah.
in your video with the slip cover that it comes with.
Uh-huh.
If they still have that, I'm probably gonna pick that up. But if I see that Jaws 2 4K Steelbook, I'll try to pick it up for you.
Cool. Yeah, I'll pay you back for it because yeah, they're what 60 and $80 and shit,
Yeah,
45,
it's
50.
probably like I don't know. I'm gonna assume it's probably like 25, $30 maybe there. I don't know. But
Yep.
that's like the going rate for like a 4K Steelbook nowadays, like $30.
I love the homage that they pay to Halloween here.
Like I also love that like you could tell like when you're watching a movie that Tom Savini worked on because he's always got some kind of creatures and effects in the background that he personally made.
Yeah,
Like it's like his signature. You know, like you can just like tell you're watching a like a Savini movie.
Baker, Baker did that shit too. This one here is Baker.
Oh yeah,
He
that's right. Savini didn't work on this, right?
no, this is Rick Baker.
I don't know
Baker
why
had to do that shit
I'm
too.
thinking for some reason Savini worked on this movie, but he didn't. I don't know why. But like at the same time though, like what I was saying, like with that, like you can definitely tell like you know when you're watching one of the movies that he worked on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They got new corpses figures. I'll know if you guys ever seen
Dude,
I
those
have
things
the
are
old.
expensive, man.
Yeah, I've got the original.
I mean, like the new Quartz's figures look really nice, but they're like $40 for what, like a 6-inch figure? Like, it's like what the fuck?
Here's the original Doctor Satan, the old one.
Wow.
And then here is one of the original Captain Spaulding's, signed by Sid Haig.
Jesus Christ.
Those are a shitload more than $40.
Yeah, those new Corpses figures are like $35, $40 each, something like that. I can't afford that. That's like, if you're trying to get them all, there's like 6 or 7 of them or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean,
I'll show them
they're
again when I get
definitely
my
nice, but not for that kind of money. I gotta look them up now.
Here, I'll show that shit again in the light. There we go. There's the Sid Haig sign.
Yeah, dude, that looks really cool, man. I
Here,
bet you that goes for a pretty penny.
This is $300 or $400. There we go. Now you can see it. If I can get that damn light off of it. Hear me just that light. There we go. There's that, and then here's the Satan. I'd like to Satan. Yeah. Well, we were gonna do the files for the Tuesday show, but we're starting Friday the 13th Tuesday. So yeah, I got a few of the movie maniacs. I got Pumpkinhead up there. I got the Thing. Got Psycho. I got the Fly. What's going on, Juno? How you doing, man?
Hey, what's up, Juno? Yeah, but yeah, the Corpses figures are 5.75 inches, and they go for $35 each on like retail.
Yeah.
I mean, they're nice figures, but they're just freaking expensive. Like this is like off of the card. Like that's the one Captain Spaulding figure out of the package.
Yeah.
But they're like this big. The action figures, like
Yeah.
$35.
This Huckabee Cooper, man, he was in one of my favorite shows, Urban Cowboy, that I showed off that new one that I have up. He's in that too. He's back away. All these Fangoria. I need to get some.
Yeah, Juno, we decided to do a last minute pop-up stream here. And we've been talking about doing the Funhouse for a while now, and that's why we chose to just do it tonight. But Tuesday, we're going to be doing the Friday the 13th movies, or starting off with the first one. Yeah, Austin, I didn't even know NECA made a Chatterer figure, a figure from Hellraiser for the Chatterer character.
Yeah, I
But
got
I
a whole
have
line of them back here.
I have the Pinhead Ultimate figure.
When the stream's over with, I'll.
I don't really have good light on it, but that's the Pinhead figure.
Cool. Yeah, I got him back here. When the stream's over, I'll take the phone up there and I'll show you my zombies and my Hellraiser guys back here. Remind me. Yeah, here's that again so you can see it a little bit better. There's the sign to Edwin Neal.
Yeah, it does look good.
And there's the certificate of authenticity. And then bonus, I wasn't even expecting it. Just send me a big ass fucking poster signed by Bill Mosley.
Yeah, I have his autograph on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 Blu-ray. I got his autograph.
Yeah, yeah. Here's a torso, Joe.
Almost looks like a merman.
Yeah, he comes with the twins, the two chicks. Having to squirm.
Yeah,
Still plan on doing squirm. Hey man,
time our timestamp is 12 minutes. And they just like our characters just arrived at the carnival.
yeah, yeah. He's trying to get in as deep as he can.
Hello, man.
What's going on? Yeah, we just squeezed this one in here. It got to be about 4:30 or so, and I said, "Well, shit, you want to try to squeeze
Uh,
something in here before everybody starts doing shit later?"
and Russell's asking me what happened with Squirm. Squirm is definitely going to happen. I just haven't scheduled it yet, and it's probably going to happen like towards like the end of July, like probably the last week of July. We're going to do Squirm. I just have to actually schedule it on my channel, which I'm probably going to do after this. But I assure you, Russell, Squirm Watch Party is definitely going to happen on my channel. It's cool, man. You can't make every watch party.
Whose party you at? Kind of curious. Hey, real quick, whose watch party you at? Kind of curious. Rain 4th of July. With who? Whoever's holding it. Tell I said sorry about that. I did not know they had one going. Well, you know how I am. I kind of try to keep, that respect going. I don't like anybody stepping on mine. So I just kind of, I kind of try to keep from stepping on somebody else. So I'm sorry about that. I did not know they were going. And, unless it's some asshole I don't like. Oh, it's with you. Well, sorry about that, man. He was with a couple other people I wouldn't have cared. There's a couple other people I'd have been like, fuck. No, I'm joking. Sometimes I'm too honest, aren't I? Hey, you know, there's only one of me, my friend. No, some people deserve to have their shit interrupted. Fucking asshole. Not anybody that we're close to that we do anything with, but anybody you see me do anything with, I'm cool with them. I like to show things off too often to have the lights off. With the lights off, it's kind of hard to show off my shit.
Yeah, that's like
This
the
is
only
one,
downside of that.
this is one of the first Funhouses I ever got. This is that window slip Arrow edition that's been out of print since like '09.
Yeah, that's a nice one. That's probably like the best artwork I've ever seen for that movie.
Yeah, and it has 4 different ones. You just got to go in and switch them. And then
Yeah, I only have one of those window boxes.
here's the German media book of it. And then here's the Screen Factory Blu-ray.
Yeah, I have that one.
And then here's the new 4K.
You know, I never been crazy about that artwork with the clown on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
I
it fits the movie, but I just never been crazy about it. It's just like it's not in the movie. I hate artwork like that. When it's not in the movie, like why is that the artwork? Like I just never understood that.
the best original poster is the one I got my finger on right there with the mouth.
Yeah, with the
With the
mouth.
teeth. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that artwork is on the actual disc on the
Yeah.
Scream Factory one.
The little brother snuck out. Did you see the little Frankenstein figure that he was playing with that he dropped on accident and that's how he got caught being so late? I had
Yeah.
that Frankenstein.
I always think it's like an Incredible Hulk figure. It's like really bright green, like when you see it. Like, I always think
Yeah.
it's like a Hulk figure or something.
I had that Frankenstein. The reason they make him green like that is because the makeup, especially in Son of Frankenstein, he wore this bright green makeup so he would have a certain look green in black and white.
Right, like a certain kind of like fluorescent look to it.
Yeah. So Karloff actually wore green makeup. Hey Katie, how you doing?
Katie's here. Katie Pop's here. What's up, Katie?
What's going on, Katie? How are you? Oh yeah, Funhouse is fun.
Yeah, we are watching the Funhouse, and our timestamp is 18:15. Yeah, I didn't see that Scream Factory's releasing Natural Born Killers. I just watched that movie like last week for like the first time in years.
Yeah, I do want to get my hands on that. They haven't released a new scan of that in a while.
And the Blu-ray is actually out of print.
Yeah,
Blu-ray goes for like $100, something like that now.
well, I got the Blu-ray media book. I
Yeah,
paid
that's
like
worth some money, dude.
I paid $5 for it at Dollar General.
Oh
About
my God. That's
about
worth some
two.
money, dude. Seriously, like it's like I'm pretty sure it goes for like over $100. Which is
Yeah,
really nothing, but you think about it,
not
100
anymore.
bucks ain't really much nowadays.
Right, not for physical media. I guarantee you it dropped at least in half with the just with the introduction of the 4K. That shit will
Oh
drop
yeah.
immediately when it happens.
Yeah, once the 4K comes out, that'll make the price drop down a bit.
Yep. Depending on what the scan looks like, it may go back up. So the slipcovers out of print. Luckily, or the regular 4K edition, and they're selling out
Yeah, I mean,
fast.
if they release Natural Born Killers, I just hope they actually give us both cuts. Just give us the theatrical and the director's cut.
Yeah, nobody's sure yet. I don't think.
I just don't like what they're doing with certain 4Ks, like that Nightbreed 4K. It's only the theatrical cut. Like I'm not interested in that, not at
Yeah,
all.
yeah. I was disappointed in the Black Christmas 4K from Screen Factory. I thought that the Blu-ray, the Blu-ray that came out 3 or 4 years ago, I thought it
Yeah,
looked better. I thought it looked better than the 4K.
dude, sometimes that happens. Like there is like certain 4Ks out there that just like the Blu-ray still looks better.
Hmm. I was a lot happier with it. I thought it was too dark. It just had this dark, this I don't know.
Like I know what you're talking like those like heavy shadow scenes where you just can't see no definition or it's just pitch black is all it is.
Yeah, I mean, even when all the lights are on, the first scene where they're all inside the sorority house after Billy climbs up in the window and he's in the house, the first phone call happens, and they're all in there when Mrs. Mack first shows up. It's just dark looking in there. It's just got a dim look to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Gino says like the fog Blu-ray was much better than the 4K.
Yeah, Fog is another one that's never really looked all that great either.
For the first time when it came out on Blu-ray, was the first time I was ever actually able to see what happens on the boat. You know, when he grabs him and he's got the thing and he goes and pokes out the dude's
Yeah.
eyes. That was the
Uh-huh.
first time I was ever actually able to see the dude, the makeout of the dude coming toward him.
I know what you're talking, dude. That whole scene, as soon as the one of the pirates opens that door and
Yeah.
comes into the inside of the boat, you can
Mm-hmm.
actually see like the like his full outline of the guy now. Like I
Yep.
remember watching that on VHS, dude. You couldn't see jack shit when that fucking scene came on. You couldn't see
Even on
nothing,
DVD.
man.
Yeah. The trope on this is so basic and it's so simple, yet it works so well. These four kids come there. The two girls are going to call each other, or they're going to call their parents and lie. They're say they're staying at each other's house, and they plan on staying the night at the fucking Funhouse. It is so basic, yet works so well. Hey Todd, how's it going?
Yeah, you know what I would really like to see? I want to see Blue Underground release a 4K of the Prowler.
I ain't Blue Underground does. I haven't seen a bad Blue Underground 4K yet. Somebody was bitching about one of them, and I was like, "What, man? You crazy? Like they dogged it." I don't remember who it was. It wasn't somebody that we watch a lot or that I know of anyway. Watch a lot. But he was talking. I said, "You're crazy, man. Blue Underground does good 4Ks."
Yeah, I've never had an issue. Like, I mean, some of their older Blu-rays are a little questionable because if you
Yeah,
compare it to the 4K,
yeah,
but their 4Ks have been phenomenal. I haven't seen one that's really been out of place.
yeah.
I have a decent amount of them too. I have the Final Countdown. I have Maniac. I have Vigilante, Two Evil Eyes, House by the Cemetery, Dead and Buried,
Mm-hmm.
Zombie.
Yeah. Do you have the zombie slipcover?
No, I got the one
Me
on the
neither.
bridge. I got
Not.
the
I
bridge
mean,
artwork.
no, I mean as far as the 4K.
Nah, like I don't have like the next like this has the 4K in it, but there's no
4K scan. Yeah.
or no, yeah, this is the 4K scan. I'm sorry. I don't have the next one, which they didn't do a lenticular for. That's another reason why I like the lenticular in that
Yeah. Yeah.
editions.
I I have two. I have two of the three of those covers. I have the bridge and I have the splinter. I don't have the worm face one yet, but I do have the 4K, and I would kill to get a hold of that slipcover. That slipcover to that zombie 4K is expensive. It's hard as fuck to get a hold of.
Is it a lenticular?
No, it's just it's kind of embossed, and it's
Oh, I know what you're talking. That's the first 4K release of Zombie from Blue Underground. That
yeah,
was right after this release.
yep. And that
See, another
slipcover,
reason why I like the lenticulars too, because they come with the soundtrack disc. The
yeah,
4K doesn't come with the soundtrack disc.
that's true. Yeah, I've got two of them, and I've also got the two disc Blu-ray before that, and I've got the DVD of Blue Underground that came for that. So I got every one of them that Blue Underground has come out with, except the worm face of the three covers.
Dude, that's a
Everything,
lot of Blue Underground editions to have. Like, I mean, I know I have a decent amount, but you got them all, dude. That's like, I
and
mean, like, I couldn't
the
really
freak show.
justify buying Zombie 3 times just for 3 different covers. I just couldn't do it. That's why I settled
Um,
for just the one.
I had to. I'm one of these days. I'm gonna get a hold of that third one, and then I'll have all of them. I've also got the Shriek Show releases of them. Now I have like 11 or 12 copies of them.
I think I have Nah, you know what? I ended up giving a couple away. I gave a couple DVDs away I had of Zombie because I wasn't using them. I just gave them to people that I know that could have, actually use them. And what am
That's
I
just
gonna
not like
sell? What am I
the
gonna sell a DVD for like $3 to somebody or $5? It's not even worth it.
yeah.
Rather
Yeah,
just send
also
it to somebody.
I've got the first Maniac Cop on the blue too. Um, as far as those Arrow window slipcovers go, I have like 19 of them.
Damn, I got one.
I I got a Bay
I
of
only
Blood,
have one.
and most of them are sealed. I got a Bay of Blood, Zombie Flesh Eaters, City of the Living Dead, The Beyond, The House by the Cemetery, Phenomena, Dawn of the
That's
Dead, Day of the
this
Dead.
is the only one I have. The
Yep.
House by the Cemetery one.
Let's see, Bird of the Crystal Plumage, Cat o' Nine Tails, Deep Red, Inferno, Tenebrae, The Funhouse, Obsession, and Demon.
And dude, I gotta clean mine up. It's like covered in dust.
And those are, trust me, they're in plastic. Everything like that's wiry thing is in plastic because I smoke in this room, and
Okay.
anything white like that is well taken care of, where I can just wipe that shit right off.
See, I don't smoke real cigarettes in my room. I smoke real cigarettes outside, but I always have a smoke stick in my room.
Yeah.
It really doesn't linger in my room. But I don't really chain smoke this in my room either. I only smoke it occasionally.
No, I do not have that Pride of Reanimator. No, no ones that I'm missing of the Arrow
What, the
window.
Arrow? Are
Yeah,
you talking about the limited edition Arrow?
Austin's talking about the limited edition of Arrow of Pride of Reanimator. I
I
do
had the
not have that.
standard edition. I don't have the limited. I had the standard one. Let's see if I can find
So,
that.
as far as window slips go, I'm still missing Caligula, Frankenhooker, Battle Royal, and Demons 2.
Yeah, I had the standard Bride of Reanimator. This is without the slip cover and shit.
Yeah.
But this is still a nice set though. It actually comes with a booklet. For some reason, it comes with a DVD. I forgot that Arrow does combo sets sometimes.
Yep. Also, it has 3 discs, and both of them they have comic books in them. Demons 1 and 2. You got the first one in Demons, and then you get the continuation in Demons 2. From what I hear, like I said, I don't have Demons 2. I've had a chance to get it, but I haven't got it yet. Oh, I don't have the Exterminator either. I had a chance to get the Exterminator for $20, but I didn't have the $20.
Oh, you know what movie I watched last night? I finally sat down and watched it. It was Fulci's The Black Cat. I watched this last night.
That's a good fucking show, man.
Yeah,
I
dude,
like
I
that.
I really like that. It's like, it is about the Edgar Allan Poe Black Cat story, but it's like loosely based on it, and it has its own kind of thing to it, and the atmosphere in it was really good.
That cat, they do a great job with that cat, don't they? That
Yo, that
cat's a
cat is
motherfucker, man.
fucking wicked in that movie, dude. Right off the bat, like the beginning of the movie, it makes that guy crash the car and shit, and he flies out the windshield. Dude, when I was
I
like
don't
right
think
off
it
the
climbs
bat, like
up.
to put it on, I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be crazy.
There's 2 parts I really love with that. He climbs up and turns the doorknob and gets in the door, but I do close the door, and he comes up and he climbs up, and you can see him turn it, and the swings open, and you can see him taking off.
I don't know how they got that cat to do that, man, but they got him to do it.
Then he chases that dude out on that beam and makes him fall. I was like, that
Yeah.
cat's not fucking around, man.
Yeah, the drunk guy, he ends up falling through like the spikes or whatever. That was a vicious scene too, man. But I enjoyed it. Like it wasn't like as good as like Fulci's Zombie because it's on like a
Yeah.
whole different level. But so it's a worthy film, it is, I think.
Oh yeah. And that's one that nobody ever talks about, and I always rave about Black Cat.
But and I think another reason why I actually enjoyed it too is because I actually do enjoy the original Edgar Allan Poe Black Cat story. Like, I got the Masters of Horror episode on DVD for the Black Cat with Jeffrey Combs. I always thought that was a good one.
Yeah.
Didn't Argento do a Black Cat story too? Or
Maybe.
Two Evil Eyes, right? Didn't he do he did Two Evil Eyes,
Yeah.
the Black Cat with Harvey Keitel.
Yeah. I like the really old Black Cat with Bela Lugosi and Boris Karloff. That's a completely different take on it.
I don't think I've seen that actually.
That's a really good one. It's reverse. Karloff's the bad guy, and Lugosi is the good guy.
What year is that?
Oh, fuck, 33, 34.
Yeah, I don't have many films from the 30s in my collection.
I got time.
I think, like, dude, like, I don't have a lot of stuff past the 60s, really. Like, I don't have too many films that are past the 60s in my collection.
Which maniac do you... Austin says, which maniac do you like best? He likes part 2 the best.
What, Maniac Cop?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Maniac Cop. Maniac Cop 2 pretty much is better because you have the action elements and slasher elements, and they combine really well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Maniac Cop 2 is definitely a step up over the first one, even though the first one's more of a straightforward slasher film. I enjoy the third one. Everybody hates the third one. I enjoy it. It's stupid. You can see where the film starts to fall apart. Yeah. And apparently William Lustig started out directing it, and then he like walked off the project because he ended up losing control of it or something. So that was unfortunate for Maniac Cop 3, but I still feel like it's a fun movie to watch. That's actually it's a pretty bad movie, but it's fun to watch still.
Yeah, I like him too, Russell. That's Kevin Conway. He's been in tons of shit. I remember him. He played the let's see, he played the O'Reilly brothers' dad in Oz.
Yeah.
Kevin Conway did.
I forgot about that.
Yep. Oz was a good show.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, he played their dad. Like the third one as well.
I remember
likes the third one.
Dude, I remember I used to watch Oz like when it would air on Friday nights. It was like 11 o'clock on Friday nights on HBO. And I would just be like, oh, there's a new episode of Oz on. It's this crazy ass prison show. I'm gonna watch this.
That tune just gets you going, man. Man, I forgot to do my fucking intro, man. God damn it. I'm gonna do my motherfucking intro.
Say that again?
So I forgot to do my intro.
Yeah, you did. I'm thinking about it now. You did.
Now I feel better. I knew something was missing.
As soon as you said it too, I was like, damn, totally did forget about that.
When was the last time I did a video where I didn't do some kind of an intro? And fuck, we're fucking.
And
We're
we're
fucking
what, like a half hour into this movie now?
like 30
36
minutes.
minutes?
Yeah, 36 minutes. Hey, hey, it's there. Hey, Jamie, how's it going?
Jamie's here. Hello,
Yeah,
Jamie. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, this is a random pop-up stream.
just decided to squeeze it in here before everybody gets busy. Um, I am thinking about doing that trivia sometime here in the next couple of weeks or so. So whoever's interested, let me know. I'm only gonna do it once a month, so everybody that's interested, gotta let me know. Um, there's someone for sure that I know is gonna do it, so I'm gonna see when he's ready to do it, and then I haven't had him do it yet, but he's somebody that everybody knows, and I used to have him on my streams all the time, but I don't have him on hardly anymore because he's been really busy with work. But yeah, so I need to find an opponent for him. Shouldn't be that hard. I'm gonna give it plenty of time. Given 3 weeks in between will make it so much easier. And I won't have to come up with all them damn questions every week. Because I I fall between making the questions too easy and making them too hard. Finding that line is a bitch. Sons of Anarchy. I've never seen any of Sons of Anarchy.
I've only seen the first season. I need to
I've seen any of it.
go back and watch that again someday. But I only seen the first season of it. I actually started watching True Detective again.
Oh man, that first season is so fucking good.
Yeah, I just finished the first season. I'm about to watch the second season soon.
Let me go back a little bit here. See if I can. Well, yeah, I know what man. Like, I'll symbol. I'm writing you guys down here. I'm getting your whole names and how they're spelled, so that I can make you guys moderators.
Yeah, you definitely need some more moderators.
Well, I had moderators, man, but
It's usually just like me and Juno on your channel are moderators.
well, no, I actually got like 6 people as moderators, but a lot of them, you know what I mean? A lot of them don't join anymore, and I have new people that join in now. So it's like,
Yeah. Nah, that's always something you're gonna have to juggle.
yeah. Let's see, Russell, Austin. You see me with through here. Juno for sure. Yeah,
The music in this movie is so eerie.
yeah. It's somebody named John Beal.
It's like somebody playing on like one of those like I forget what the hell those things are called with the metal keys and you just play them with the little fucking drumstick thing. I don't know what the fuck it's called.
What's funny is, as far as the moderating goes, all the people that I had to get rid of, or you know what I mean, a block off of here, are people that came when I was doing it, by myself. When I was doing them mainly by myself and just doing the commentary, when the chat wasn't talking as much and shit. And I really haven't had trouble with that ever since,
Really?
which is weird. I've never had that much trouble with it. I had a couple of different people. I had one dude. He was saying some stupid shit. He was saying something a play on my name. Um, he said something about agoraphobe, more like homophobe or something like that. And I was like, dude, you ain't know what the fuck you're fucking talking about. You're trying to fucking cut me down. What is calling me a homophobe How is that cutting me down? You don't even fucking know me. You know what I mean? How is that a direct insult to my name, idiot? So I said, here, how about fuck you? And I got rid of you. I said, beep, see you. Won't be seeing you anymore.
Yeah, moving on now.
Stupid ass idiot.
I
Girlfriend
see
won't
Todd
hold the phone.
Christian's here. What's up, Todd?
Interested in seeing the work print one day. Is the work print? Work print, work print, work print.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
You know,
Hellraiser
I
4.
like the Hellraiser franchise, but after the third one, it gets really rough to sit through those movies.
Well, it depends on what you're looking for. There's a couple of them that's actually sort of interesting if you're not looking for a Hellraiser movie. You know what I mean? If you're not actually looking for it to have anything to do with Hellraiser, a couple of the stories aren't terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I gotta maybe go back and watch Bloodline again, but
I don't.
I just know after the third one, it's dreadful for me to sit through those movies.
The one that's got what's his name in it? God, I can't remember his fucking name. But he played the program. You remember the movie The Program about the football team? And he plays the quarterback. I can't remember his fucking real name, but he plays a cop in it. And supposedly he murders this prostitute in his hotel, and they're after him. It's the same one that has the half the chatter thing.
Is it like Hell World or something? Hellraiser or Hell World?
I don't remember, but that one, the story was all right, and it had James Amar in it, and at the end, it turns out he was the engineer or whatever, and the engineer was really Pinhead.
Yeah, I don't remember.
That
I don't.
story
I
actually
only.
wasn't good.
I think I only have the first three Hellraiser movies, actually. Yeah, I
The
assume you probably have the Scarlet Box, don't you?
no,
You don't
actually,
have the Scarlet Box? Holy shit, you got everything else.
no, I got the trilogy, but not the Scarlet.
That's what I have. I have the Arrow trilogy box set.
Yeah, yes, if I have.
This is what I have. It's got all the first three there.
Yeah,
But dude, this
I'll
is
concur.
actually
That's
like
Inferno.
I think I got this less than like I think I got this for like 25
Craig
bucks if I
Shepard.
remember.
Craig Shepard from Nightbreed. Exactly. Yeah, that's Inferno. The one I was talking about was.
Oh yeah, Hellraiser Inferno. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Austin.
Yeah,
Craig
that's
Shepard.
Scarlet
Yeah,
Box,
like
so that's the one to get.
that's not a bad story. I mean, it kind of goes everywhere, but Austin says he's got the Scarlet Box. That motherfucker's worth $500-600.
Yeah, that's like the ultimate Hellraiser set to have.
Also has a Full Moon Empire Blu-ray box set for years back. Cool. I think it's something I want. I want the Psycho Legacy, the big one. You know, the big motherfucker.
What that Arrow's putting out?
No, the Psycho Legacy that came out a few years back, man. It stands. It's like as big as the Gamera set.
That kind of reminds me of FYE did an exclusive for Night of the Living Dead, and like it's like the size of a board game.
Yeah.
Let me guess, you have it?
Talk about this one.
Yeah, it's like the size of a board game. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you have it.
Oh, that's not Living Dead, man.
Yeah, but that is a nice looking set, but it's so big and like it's awkward to figure out where to put it on display.
It really is, man. Like that big ass huge book of Godzilla. What that
Oh,
would have been six.
The Gamera set or whatever. It's like the size of like an encyclopedia. It's like big as shit.
Yeah. The one from Criterion, man. The problem with that is that would have been a great set if they they took away the one thing that was cool about the Godzillas during a certain era. During a certain era of Godzillas, we got to have those crazy, goofy dubs because that's what made it charming, and they took all that shit out. can't take the dubs out of the '60s Godzillas. What's what you do?
Yeah, those films need to be like an original, original audio.
They gotta have those goofy sounding dubs in.
I never really been that big on Godzilla, to be honest with you. Like, I know the first Godzilla movie I ever saw was that one that was released in '85. I remember
Yeah.
seeing that when I was a kid. I caught a couple of them on TV, but I never watched them in full. And like, Godzilla never really and that just never really resonated with me. But I do like some of the film.
Can you imagine this hag charging $100? Even if you look like this motherfucker, I ain't giving you $100, you fucking hag.
For what?
On Funhouse, the
Uh,
madam or whatever charges $100, and all she does is give him a hand job, which is probably a
now
lot safer
Russell,
for him.
see, Russell keeps asking about that movie Storm Warning, and I gotta search for it on Look Movie. If it's on Look Movie, we can do a watch party for it, but if
Yeah,
it's not on
definitely.
Look Movie, it's going to be hard to figure that one out.
No, man, I do not remember that, Russell. We talked about that last time, and no, he was mentioning that when we were watching Wolf Creek, and no, I don't remember that.
I'm
I have not
searching
seen it.
for it. I'm going to see if it's on here. Is it from 2007? Because there's a storm warning on here from 2007, and I'm not familiar with this movie. Here's the artwork. Let's see if you guys are familiar with this artwork. This is the artwork. It looks like some girl standing there with a hammer in her hand. But if that's it, yeah, we can do a watch party for that in the future.
Yeah,
Because I've never seen it.
me neither. That's one I might want to check out first, so that I know what I'm watching, and then do a watch for you.
But yeah, Russell, if you can let me know what year that movie Storm Warning is from, then we can try and set that up.
It seems like he said back here. He said like maybe he said a 2007 or something.
Because that's what it's saying on the website. It's from 2007, but I have no knowledge of this movie.
Aussie can make some pretty good. Australia can make some pretty good films, man.
Yo, you know what's a really good Aussie movie? It's like a modern one. What's it called again? Oh,
There's
Hounds of Love. Did you see Hounds of Love?
yeah,
It's like
yeah,
a serial killer movie. It like takes place
yeah,
in the '80s, like back in in Australia, but
yeah.
it's kind of like an art house type of movie in a way. But I thought it was really good. I know I got the Blu-ray over here.
There's one made back in the '90s too called Junior that wasn't bad either, and he wore like a mask that kind of looked like the mask on My Bloody Valentine.
I think I remember Andrew Balina talking about that movie. You remember a YouTuber named Andrew Balina?
Yeah,
I remember.
he's been on here before.
Yeah, that's another Australian YouTuber, but he don't really make videos like that anymore. Apparently, like his girlfriend, I think, got sick or something like that, and he had to like take a step back from YouTube, and he just never came back.
I like to know what happened to Tony from Horror and Taj, man. I, I'm
That's a
like
good
curious.
question. That's a really
I,
good question. He hasn't made a video in like a year, so I think
yeah,
he just moved on.
yeah. It's been like 10 months, man. He just built his collection back up from after he sold it, and I did the interview with him, and I was going to do another talk with him, and he just up and quit, man. I sent him a message asking when he was going to do it, and I hadn't noticed he had quit, and he said he had stepped away from it. So that's too bad. I enjoyed his content, man.
Yo, I won a contest on his channel one time, and you won't believe the shit I won in his contest. Like, I ended up winning like the
Yeah,
American Werewolf in London Arrow box set.
That's cool.
Like, dude, he sent me like 10 movies. And like I remember like he was like, "Yeah, you won the contest." And I was like aware of some things that I won, and he was like, "I'm gonna send you some other shit too." And I was like, "Okay." And like he sent me like I think he sent
He's a
me
cool guy.
Lucio Fulci's A Cat in the Brain. Like he sent seriously, he sent me like 10 really nice editions. I was like, "Holy shit, dude." Like I never got a package
Yeah.
that big before.
Tony's a cool guy, man. Russell says
Yeah,
yes, 2007.
so it looks like the movie's on there, Russell. So we'll have to set that up maybe for August. Like first week of August, I should be open to do a watch party. So like, well, basically, we'll do it right after Squirm. So I'm
Trying
probably gonna
to
try to
see
do Squirm like sometime around maybe like July 23rd or something. I don't know. I need to look at a calendar real quick. Let's see when I can schedule shit here. Today's the 8th. And I got a watch party set up for the Burbs on the 16th at 5 o'clock, which is a Sunday. So we're gonna do no, not.
I have these mods. I have these mods updated by the children tomorrow. Children tomorrow at 1 p.m. By the way, just a reminder. But
Yeah, I'm gonna try to be in the chat for that tomorrow.
that's a good one,
But
man.
as of right now, Russell, I think I'm gonna try to shoot for July 26th for Squirm. I think that's the next available day I can do it, which is a Wednesday. So I gotta just set that up on my channel, and then after that, we're gonna do Storm Warning. I think. As of right now, that's the plan.
This little kid's knowledgeable, man. He's resourceful though for his age. He's sneaking all around, and all it is him just wanting to spy on his sister. He's just getting caught up in shit he don't need to be caught up in.
Yeah, Austin's asking if the children that you're doing tomorrow is that on Blu-ray?
No, the one I have
Yeah,
is on DVD. I do believe they have a Blu-ray, but I do believe it's like European.
but this is that movie Hounds of Love, the Blu-ray.
Yeah, I don't have
But
that yet.
it's not the artwork's nothing special, but I was really surprised by that movie. Actually, that's another one. I won this in Tony's contest. That's how I got this. I
Cool.
forgot about that. This is one of the movies you threw in. Yeah, but
Burbs
I
is Burbs
definitely miss
okay?
him, dude. It's it like I used to look forward to his pickup videos.
Yeah, me too.
Like, he would always have like the new editions. Like he would always have like like first
He always
day
went to
editions on his
HMV.
channel.
He always went to HMV, and I was always so jealous. I always wanted HMV looked so good. It looked like the ones we used to have here, and I guess it's shut down now too.
I
I
mean,
was like, man, that's too bad.
there's like nothing left to shop at. Like the only places I can go shopping for movies is like Best Buy. I can go in FYE, which is probably going to be overpriced, and then
Yo,
I can go to Barnes and Noble, and that's always overpriced. So it's not even worth it to go to these stores because it's so everything's overpriced.
yeah, yeah. When is the Burbs?
I scheduled that for Sunday at 5 o'clock. I wanted to try a different time because I usually do
Okay.
streams like during the week at like 10 o'clock at night.
Mm,
So I wanted to just try something different, see if it draws a different crowd. So I figure we'll do the Burbs on July 16th, which is a Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
so weeks from tomorrow. Okay.
That's another movie I try to watch like before the summer's over. I gotta watch the Burbs at least once throughout the summer.
Yeah. Getting ready to get unmasking here. And he's a hideous, ugly motherfucker too. Yeah, here comes the reveal.
Go on, boy, hit yourself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I love when he starts yelling that shit to him.
Get
Yes,
out of
boy, hit
here.
yourself. Hit
And don't,
yourself, boy.
I did like the madame though. You know when they're in there making fun of her fortune telling shit. Get out of here. Hurt the back. Break every bone in your fucking body.
Yeah.
Like damn. And she meant that shit. You don't fuck around with these old carny people, man. They ain't no joke. They're not like the fairs we have now. These old carny people, man. They, you fuck around with them, your ass will disappear.
You know, those type of people are really rare nowadays. You know that, right? Those
Oh yeah,
carnies. They're
yeah,
really like that's a rare bunch right there.
yeah. It's fairs now. They have a lot of people coming and going. But the old
They're
carnies,
almost extinct.
yeah, it was the same people and it was the same family, and a lot of them were, they kept the breeding inside, and you didn't get inside of that circle very easy. And if
Yeah.
you ripped them off, you were as good as dead.
Where's my money?
Yeah. What did you
Where's
do?
my money?
What, God damn it! What did you do with it? She got it. Did you give it to her? Tell me what you done with it. God damn you! All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to help you remember. He, he's lucky this fucker loves him. He like it's his dad, or he'd fuck him up. And then this, do you hear this dumbass with the glasses does? Yeah, Frankenstein having a mental breakdown for sure. Who's ugly, Cropsy or the Funhouse guy, man?
Yo, I
Definitely.
tell you one thing though, if I was that guy with the glasses and if I was gonna take that money, I would take that money and I would ditch my friends and get the fuck out of there somehow and just roll out. If I was gonna steal the money, I would just ditch everybody and roll out with it.
Then the dumbass dropped his lighter down there. Finders, keepers, losers, weepers.
But then again, you think about it, like what kid at that age is not gonna see a wad of money and want to take it?
Yeah,
You know, like
there was a lot of money in there. Yeah, that
it's
was that
almost
was
a
their
good
take.
excuse because you know it's a dumb kid who's not using his head and he sees a lot of money and your first instinct is to take it.
Yeah, and that was a lot of money because that was their take for the whole season, man.
Yeah.
So you're gonna fucking die. Period. Even if you give it back to them, because now you've seen too much. You've
Dude,
seen
I
a
love how
real,
like the creature's mask, like it looks like it's splitting into a two-headed monster.
yeah. It looks like that baby that was in the tank, but that one
Yeah.
take it as far.
I'm sure
He's
that
the
was his
one that lived.
brother.
Yeah, he was the one that lived. Yeah, he was reverse finders. Yeah. One of the teens gets decapitated in the Goose book. Really? Wonder
Keepers,
what made Goose write a book
creepers.
on it. Yeah, I wonder what made Dean Koontz write a book on it. It's odd.
What's that?
So I wonder what made Dean Koontz write a book on it. Because, like I was saying, Larry Block wrote the original one. He did the screenplay on this too. I wonder because Koontz usually did original material. He was like one of the main horror writers in like the '90s, 80s, '90s. He was like right up there with King there for a minute. Mission game, comedies go. They're actually quite a few stories there. And comedies, real DC comics. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Like Freaks, man. The old Freaks. Now, Freak Show is a remake of Freaks, and it's actually pretty good. But the original Freaks, man, for the time it was made, it's something else. That movie was banned for years.
You know, I got a movie in my collection with Donald Pleasance in it, and it's got like him as like he's like a scientist and like he's working on freaks and like carnivorous plants and all this shit, and like he's like combining their DNAs together and like making bigger freaks than ever. Let me see if I can find it real quick. It's somewhere.
I like this part in Tales of Witness Mad, that anthology, where you go through the whole thing and you think he's the doctor, and it comes down to it at the end, you find out that he's one of the patients in Tales of Witness Madness.
Isn't that a Price movie?
No, no, that's got Pleasance and a few other people in Joan Collins. Remember, it's got the one about the dude who falls in love with the tree, and it's got this different little shit. And remember, he goes through and he's going to different rooms and he's telling the different stories about him. And you come to find out at the end, he's one of the patients.
I don't know if I've seen that. The title sounds familiar though.
That's a that's a good like early to mid '70s anthology.
It does sound familiar though. But I found that DVD, and the movie's called The Freak Maker. You ever see this movie?
No, I haven't.
It's from 1974.
Cool.
With Donald Pleasance. But
awesome.
It's like nothing amazing, but like it's pretty cool because like the concept is pretty cool. Like it does work, but right. This is like a shitty DVD-R of it. Like I found this for like a couple bucks before. I forget where I got it.
What year did it come out?
1974. It's called The Freak Maker, and Freak Maker is all one word.
Okay.
But it's Donald Pleasance. He's like this scientist who's combining like human DNA with like carnivorous plants, and he starts like, it gets all out of hand, and like he can't control everything, and it turns into chaos. But it is a pretty cool movie. But like if you look at Donald Pleasance's like filmography, like he made a lot of fucking movies, dude.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah, he did.
He's also in there's this Australian movie he's in called Wake and Fright. You ever hear of Wake and Fright?
Yes.
The whole movie, it's like him and some other guy just getting drunk and like fighting kangaroos and like getting into like all this dumb bullshit. I don't know if I'd say it was a good movie, but it was definitely interesting to watch. I know that.
Yeah. I was reading something about this movie, and somebody brought up a good point to this. It says, despite it being a portable carnival attraction, it has a basement. It's like, yeah. It says, I'm not sure what a cob is, but it says Tobe Hooper was almost struck by a cob, but was saved by an extra. They jumped in the way of it, and I guess it hit it so hard it broke their arm.
What? That's crazy.
A flying cob. I'm not sure what the hell that's supposed to be.
I guess that was some kind of major accident then.
Yeah. So if it broke the dude's arm, and I guess it was coming right at Hooper's head.
Yeah.
So the Koontz book actually came out before the movie in 1980. It was based on the screenplay. The book was replaced first because the production of the film took longer than expected. So where did the Larry Block book come from then? Was Block's rewriting of it like strictly from the movie? Because I didn't see anywhere where it's anything about Koontz. That's crazy. Because you should have searched a little deeper into that. I just wasn't expecting to see Koontz in there. my mom was a big Dean R. Koontz fan, man. She loved Dean R. Koontz. She liked Koontz better than King there for a minute. Just for a small minute, but for a minute.
You know what? You want to see an old novel here? I got for Halloween 2. Paperback novel. It's not in the best condition, but
I got Halloween.
I found this at a flea market a long time ago, dude, for like 50 cents.
That's valuable.
Yeah, apparently it goes on Amazon for like over 30 bucks. This little paperback, Halloween 2.
The original Halloween runs $300 or $400.
Wow.
Yep.
I don't have that many paperback novels. I only have a couple of them. I got a couple Star Wars ones.
I got Rocky 2, The Exorcist, The Fog, Halloween, and Scanner. They used to have more than that.
I mean, if I ever see them at the flea market, I'm gonna buy them as long as they're in good condition. But I don't really read them nowadays. I'm more into like watching movies rather than reading.
Right. Definitely grab Halloween. Especially if it has the cover where you stand there in like the white hospital sheet and he's got the jack-o'-lantern head. He's standing with the knife.
Yeah.
That's the original one. That one's all man. That's the one that people in mint condition. I've seen that fucker try to go for $600.
You know what's funny? I made I made a flea market movie haul video on my channel, and I forgot to add in that I found like 2 Alien versus Predator comic books at that flea market. I meant to put them in that video, and I forgot. I think they were only like a quarter or 50 cents each. I can't even find them right now. I don't know what I did with them. Like remembering this now.
I had Alien at one time, the original Alien. I don't know what the hell happened to that. I think my oldest kid might have snatched it off.
I might have
I think
put
he might
this.
have.
Oh wait, this is. Yeah, here they are. I found these at the flea market. Like I don't even think they're worth anything, but I was like, Alien versus Predator. Alien versus
Yeah.
Predator comic books. And then there's this one I found. They're only like 50 cents, so why not?
Right.
But they are from like I think they're from like 1991. All right, they're from 94 actually.
There was the money.
Yeah,
I like
these
the
are
edition. After they pull him up there, you go. You can see his money falling down. I like that edition. There's the money.
right. He gives up the money as soon as he dies.
Yeah, you don't even see him anymore. You see money falling down. Let that be a lesson. Greed does not pay. That's a play on words. Yeah, greed does not pay. 12 issues of deadliest. Yeah.
What? I got a Punisher versus Venom comic book. Like one of
I
those
got tons of
holographic
books,
ones.
man. That's cool.
Yeah, I don't really make these kind of comic books anymore.
I know.
At least not in this size.
I need to do a comic book video one of these days. I saw quite a few pretty good shit. Cause
Like I
that's what I
still
used
have a
to
lot of my
do.
old comic books, but I was never really big on them.
Yeah, I was for about a year or two, and I went to a lot of the conventions there where back before I got mentally ill and social phobic, and I was able to go and trade and make a lot of good deals with people. And I ended up selling I happened to sell a ton of them back when my girlfriend was pregnant with my oldest son. She got rough and we didn't have any money coming in. I was looking for a job, and I ended up having to sell those white long boxes that you keep them in. I ended up having to sell 2 of those, and the only place I could sell them to at the time, the only place around the flea market, and he gave me like $50 for 2 of those boxes full. and they had a lot of good shit in it. I didn't have a choice. I had to feed her.
Dude, I've been in that situation before, dude. Like I totally understand. Like I've done that with like Star Wars figures, like older stuff. Like I had to just move stuff to get it out because if it wasn't, it was gonna have to be left behind. So I had to make something off of it and ended up making basically nothing. I barely even got my money back from what I paid.
Yeah,
But that's another reason why I don't really invest in old Star Wars figures and stuff like that anymore. It's like, especially like old Star Wars stuff that's on the card, it's so
yeah,
hard to keep it in good condition. And then it costs good money to get the thing graded, which also increases the value. But you got to have
right.
that kind of money to put up. And it costs a couple $100 to get a Star Wars figure graded.
Damn.
Like Star Wars figures are no fucking joke, dude. Like they don't like the reason why they're worth so much money is because when they originally came out, they weren't overproduced. They only
Right.
made a certain number of them, and then once the movies were done, they were like, "Okay, we're gonna run this line to 1984, and that's it." Then they ended up doing an
Yeah.
extra year. They actually ran it to 85, and that's when they cut it
Yeah.
off.
Well, the ones from the original film, they didn't make a whole lot to begin with because they did not expect that original film to take off like it did. Like like like
Yeah,
like back before it was ever named Episode 4, when it was just Star Wars.
you're talking about the original 17, the original 17 characters that were originally
Yeah,
released, and
yeah,
that's like
yeah.
Luke Skywalker, the
Vader,
droids, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Darth Vader, a stormtrooper, Princess Leia.
Yoda.
You know, like those were like the main 17 and those
Yeah,
were very limited. I remember kids were supposed to be getting those for Christmas that year in like 78 or 77, 78, and Kenner had no idea that it was going to sell out and all of it sold out and they couldn't accommodate everybody. But the following year they realized like, it was there was such a big demand for Star Wars toys and that's when they started producing them bigger.
that was the second run. Yeah, if you're lucky enough to have that first run, you got shit you can put you through college. You know what I mean?
Right. But overall, like Star Wars, like original Star Wars figures, they're really hard to take care of. Like even when you're taking care of them, like they could still tarnish.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like I have old, like I might even have an old Stormtrooper right here, actually.
I got one of the original Stormtroopers. I got Darth Vader. I got
Yeah, I don't know how I kept this Stormtrooper in decent condition. Like usually these Stormtroopers turn yellow. That's an original
right.
77 Stormtrooper right there.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
usually
Yeah.
tarnish and turn yellow, but this one managed to stay white. And that's as this is actually I had this since I was a kid. This stormtrooper, like I had this since I was maybe 9 years old, I think.
Right.
But I remember my mom was like, "All right, I want to get rid of some of your old toys and stuff." I
I
was
got
like,
it,
"You're
bro.
not touching any of my toys." And then eventually I had to make a deal with her. I was like, "All right, you're not touching my Star Wars toys. You're touching. You can throw everything else out, not my Star Wars toys."
Yeah. Hey Phil, how's it going, man?
Hey, Phil's creepy vids. What's up, Phil?
I always wondered here with this girl that he kind of blocks off the one that's here by the fan because he likes her. I'm wondering exactly what all went on here. I wonder if we read the original story, if more went on than what it showed.
Yeah, I've never read the original story. I'm just familiar with this movie.
Yeah, because it comes off like I don't know, man. I guess Austin would know. He, you're Austin. Are you the one with the book, or was it Russell? I felt Austin. Does it tell anything more about what goes on here with this blonde haired chick? How you doing,
I
Phil?
would imagine it's gotta, there's gotta be some kind of development there.
Just just killed the girl. Is that what you're saying, Russell? I think it just comes off really sinister. You know what I mean? Because he's all interested in her. He wants to go close to her, and it's got that creep feel to it.
I mean, he's almost interested in anyone that's willing to love him, it seems like,
Yeah,
Like if
and
someone's gonna show him affection, he's gonna take it.
and we know he's interested in sex.
Oh
And
yeah.
if he was gonna settle for that haggy bitch, what do you think he would want from this blonde?
And talk about being dealt a bad hand. Can
Right.
you imagine being that motherfucker?
So I think Russell was saying he just killed the girl. Okay. If she hadn't stabbed him, what would have happened? You know what I mean? So he just killed her with his claws, with his bare hand. Um, that Sean dude has those hands and that mask. Sean, oh fuck,
Oh, I know you're talking about Sean Clark.
yes, he has those hands and that mask.
Dude, I think the craziest thing he has is actually the poltergeist clown.
Yeah,
Like when I
he's got like
see that
a lot
in
of
his
shit.
collection, it really makes me feel like it's possessed. Like it's gonna fucking do something.
He's got a lot of that stuff, man. A
I
lot.
just can't believe he has the original clown from Poltergeist. Like, oh, I'd be so scared to have
See,
that.
see, I got a collection, but he's got a collection of actual movie props. That's a whole other level. That's a whole shit that was actually used in these movies.
So yeah, Austin's saying the creature has a
Yeah,
backstory at the start in a trailer park as a baby.
yeah, I was seeing that. That's cool. I would like to read that.
Oh there, Sonny.
I would love to read that. That sounds interesting. I'd like to see the backstory of this. I've always loved this, man. To me, this is definitely an unsung Tobe Hooper movie. I think out of all the iconic directors, I think the two most un, underrated are Stuart Gordon and Tobe Hooper,
Yeah, that's
especially
they're
Hooper.
like those two right there are like besides like Wes Craven,
Yeah,
John Carpenter, like that. Like those two are like next in line.
yeah. Tobe Hooper especially because Tobe Hooper came up with Leatherface, which belongs in the big three. To me, in
You
the big
know,
three, to me, in the big three, there's four. There's not just Jason, Freddy, and Michael. Leatherface is in there too,
yeah, I agree with you.
easily.
I mean, he's one of the first icons.
He was before any of that, you know, and and not even his franchise of films has went as fucking ridiculous as a couple of them. His first movie is the best of all the first movies except maybe Halloween. I mean, I like all of those first movies, but I'm looking forward to the first Friday the 13th Tuesday, man, because to me the first Friday the 13th is a completely different animal from the rest of the series.
Yeah,
It's a whodunit. It's got a creep factor that none of the rest of them do. I'll talk about it. I'll talk about what I mean during it. When we do it Tuesday. Just little things that make it really, really eerie.
I just think that like one of the best things about Friday the 13th, as the series goes along, pretty much with the fourth movie, like Jason eventually becomes supernatural. He's just not human anymore, and like that's also what really helps the movies effectively move along.
Yeah, well, they had to. Didn't have much of a choice if they want to keep them going.
it makes my love for the character grow even more.
Yeah, yeah. Luckily, not everybody was doing that then, so it worked. Like if it was now and they tried to do it, it wouldn't be nearly as effective. It'd be like, oh well, we've seen that. But he was one of the first ones to go, supernatural like that. And there's no reason to explain it. You know what I mean? A couple of them tried to explain that it was because he was born with this something something where he would heal extra. You know what I mean? But they didn't do that originally. He just kind of came back. Like they even Frankenstein him in part six. He came back Frankenstein stuff. Which fuck, well, why not? Hadn't been done since Frankenstein. Fuck it, do it. I have a lot more appreciation for part six than what I used to have. I used to think it was
Jason
kind of
Lives?
creepy. Yeah, I used to didn't think as much of it because they did use the Frankenstein thing with the electricity bringing it back. But as years went by, I've come to appreciate it a lot more.
I think I've always liked part six. Like even just the music alone in that. It
Right?
just steps it up, dude. It just makes me so much more hyped for the movie every time I hear that soundtrack.
Yeah. Like, yeah, you killed my dad, you motherfucker. Part of the thing that people bitch about with this movie is her as the final girl. They think she does a pissy job. I'm not so sure it's a bad job. I've seen better, but I've seen a lot worse.
I've never had any issues with her,
Yeah,
but she's not. I think this is like one of her last movies. I think she only did like two or three movies, and that was it.
yeah, yeah.
Like she's not a big name
In her
actress or
30s.
anything. I know that. Like, she just
Yeah,
did like one or two or maybe three movies, and that was it.
yeah. It's Elizabeth Berridge, and
And
as far as she didn't have a lot of experience doing this. She was young, so I mean,
oh, she got the job because she could scream and she had a rack. That's it. That's the
right?
only reason why she got the job. And she was available. Always got to remember that. When people are available, that's why they get jobs.
It makes a big difference. Yeah, it definitely does. Like Jason Goes to Hell or hate it. I don't. I'm not big on Jason Goes to Hell, but I haven't seen it in a long time, so I'm looking forward to giving it another watch.
Now, I grew up on like when Jason Goes to Hell came out, I was like 10 years old. So like when it was first released on VHS, I was like, I'm definitely renting this.
Yeah,
And I never really cared for the movie, but I can have a good time watching Jason Goes to Hell, but I know I'm watching a piece of shit. Like I can admit
yeah.
that, you know.
Yeah, me and Eric from Hey Internet Eric here go back and forth on it because he loves Jason Goes to Hell. So I always give him shit about it, and he doesn't like the original Phantasm, so he gives me shit on the original Phantasm. So it's one of those things where we
Phantasm,
friendly go back and
man,
forth.
Phantasm's good, man.
So I mean, we friendly go back and forth on it. Hey, it's better than Phantasm. Oh, you're fucking great.
Two completely different movies. So
Yeah, I said shit. That's the original Phantasm, and he likes all the rest of them, but he does not like the original.
I
He
do
doesn't hate it.
understand why people don't really like Phantasm, but I think Phantasm works because Angus Scrimm is the tall man. He carries that character really well. And
Yeah,
then you got that supernatural aspect of it, and it delivers good atmosphere. It's not a perfect movie by any means, but
right.
it works.
Yeah, lots of imagination went into that film, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And I just, the whole thing with the spears, like that just adds to the movie. It's really cool to see some spears going around killing people.
I wish they would have kept those with their original names, man. They're originally known as Sentinels.
I don't even think I remember that.
That's a cool ass name for them. They were Sentinels. Um, yeah, yeah, Austin. I have the Arrow. box set with the ball. But actually, I wish I had the logo version. That's the one. That's the one I want.
That's the one I have actually. I have that set.
The logo.
Yeah, the one that comes with the spear.
Yeah.
This one. Which actually I shouldn't even be handling this right now because every time I do, the spears fall out. But you got the better one. That's the better set. I'd rather have the arrow set than the well go. Even though the spear I think might be bigger in the well go set, but that is way nicer, I think.
Yeah. You get to lift this up.
But I
When
won
you lift
that,
this
dude.
up, you got the book back here. Then you got all the movies down there.
Yeah, that's in my opinion, that's the one to get, the Arrow video set. But I won that set, that the Well Go USA.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know the channel, the Dagler Reviews. He usually does like homemade like movie trailers. Like he'll take like real movies and like make his own trailers on his channel. But he was holding a contest where he was giving away like I think he was giving away like 2 spear sets, and I ended up winning one of them.
That's cool. I don't join a lot of contests like that usually. Yours are the first ones I ever joined, really.
Yeah, I don't really do many video entries for contests that often. I probably should though. It does help other channels.
Yeah, don't walk through that. That's a bad idea. See, this movie goes back to me. I seen this when I was. This came out in '81, so I seen this when I was 9 years, 8, 9 years old. So it's definitely nostalgic to me.
Yeah. It's definitely one of the best carnival related horror films to come out of the 80s.
Yeah, it doesn't get. It still only rates about a 6.9. So you know what I mean. It still doesn't get a lot of the credit it deserves. I think it deserves a little bit more. It could have a little more gore. The
Yeah,
kills, the kills could be a little. A couple of the kills happen off screen, which is uncool. But
right. It's almost like without kills like that, it's like it focuses more on a monster movie. This is like it's got the slasher elements. It's obviously that's there, but I see it more like a monster movie, like a Frankenstein movie.
that's what I've always said. To me, this is just not a slasher, man.
But it's clear that the elements are there. I'm like
For
I'm
sure.
giving it that. It's I can see why people call it a slasher, but I look at it more as a creature feature.
Yeah, it's got the slasher tropes. It's got teenagers going to a place they're not supposed to be, and then they end up getting stuck and they kill one by one. Yeah, that's definitely slasher tropes. But still, when it comes right down to it, this is a creature feature.
He's getting electrocuted. Finally, gonna be put out of your misery.
Oh, thank you, Russell. I appreciate that, man. I know I keep talking about. I need to really go through and do an actual collection video,
I
like
need to
with
do a new
everything.
collection video. I haven't done one in a minute.
Like start at this one room and then just go all the way around and then into that because I have another room right here.
I wish I had that much room.
Then you can. This has got all my Halloween stuff. It's got my Universal stuff. It's got my Chuck Carpenter. It's got like the fog and the thing and all that. It's got my Predators. It's got my Aliens. So like I said, the movies is all this wall right here.
Yeah, my movies are always behind where I film. Like, I don't know if I can even show you. Like, I got this bookshelf's in the corner is all full of movies right here. But then I got shit in my closet over here too. And then look at all this shit on the floor. I don't know. I gotta find room for all this shit right here. I don't know if you guys can see all that. I gotta find room for all this shit. But I am officially out of room. And the
Yeah,
movies just
me
keep
too.
coming in, dude. They just keep coming, and I got no room for them. They're just
Yeah,
stacking up on the floor now.
I've got some stacks too. I've had to actually my posters I had to take into my bedroom a long time ago because I ran out of space for my posters. Now I just kind of have to take them in and out. like I switch them in and out of frames and shit. So that's
Yeah,
when you got to get creative.
I know for a fact that your collection is way bigger than mine, and I don't know how you find room for it.
I've had to take a lot of stuff out.
See, like another thing is like I don't like to put stuff in my attic in my house because it gets really hot up there,
Yeah,
and that can
don't.
end up like ruining shit. It can make like
Yes,
your
yes.
like the sleeves get all wrinkled and stuff, and they get discolored.
Well, not only that, but it will run your disc. It
Yeah,
causes breakdown, and it causes that glue that they put it together with to separate.
right. If it gets too hot over time. I think you're
Yes,
supposed to like overall you're supposed to store your movies around like 70-degree weather, something like that.
it's
Like
not
room
supposed to be.
temperature 70 degree.
It's not supposed to be any higher than about 80, and any lower than about 50.
Yeah, I think that's right actually. I think that's very right.
Yeah, like you don't want to leave them out in your car or where it's cold, or you don't want to store them in a storage area unless it's heated.
Actually,
Um,
I did that once. I remember one time I bought movies at Dollar Tree and I left the fucking bag in my back seat and it was in the middle of summer and
oh
the
God.
movie like the discs were fine but the sleeves were wrinkled. You could tell the heat got to them. So, but thank God they were only Dollar Tree movies.
Yeah. With what I paid for this shit, I oh man, certain things would go like if I had to go somewhere and I had to leave, like the heat was off or something like that night. Certain things would go with me. Like you would not believe
That's
the
crazy.
boxes full of shit that would come with me. Like you know,
I
me
can
and my wife
relate to
go
that.
through this.
I can relate.
There'll be like 2 or 3 thousand fucking Blu-rays and shit would go with me, and 200 or 300 figures. You know what I mean? 'Cause I have like in this room, I have like 200 or 300 figures that are NECA and shit, Mezco, NECA, shit like that.
Yeah, I don't have too many NECA figures. I only have about like 5 or 6, and that's mostly because I just don't have the room for it. Like if I keep buying toys, they're just gonna pile up and start falling over because I don't have room for them.
Yeah. Just some of my posters, like the actual theatrical one sheets I have. Those motherfuckers are expensive as hell too. It's just ridiculous. I don't know. When I die, I'm gonna have to make out a will because I got 2 sons that are really gonna fight over this shit.
Well, you just gotta divide it in half, dude.
Well, shit, it's daylight and the film's over. That's unusual. I'm used to doing that on Sunday. Here,
Yeah, it is still daylight.
let me take here. Be around a little bit.
We got 5 people left in the chat.
There's some of the movie wall. Let me take it slow across there. I mean, I know it's hard to catch.
Yeah, so you got all your stuff organized very smart though. Like you got all the proper book shelving. Yeah, that's like a perfect setup you have, man.
Here's Razor T. Here's my zombies. Here's my Hellraiser. And down here you got the Bat
Fucking
Gremlin,
museum.
Spider Gremlin.
Yeah, this is like a horror museum, man.
Yeah, oh, it is, man. Here, I'll show you some shit in here. Oh man, my Dracula. Hold on, I can't show this till I stand up with my Dracula. There's Universal. She just came, and so did my wherever he is. Oh shit, fuck. Hold on, he fell off. Son of a bitch. Hold on, man. I gotta fix this shit, you guys.
We
All right. Now, let me turn that right to where it'll turn back right again. All right. There's my Universal.
Damn, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna watch tonight. Oh, I know what I'm gonna watch.
There's the Carpenter. Here's my Predators. Godzilla and shit.
Yeah,
I'm just
dude, I
going
love.
real quick.
Dude, that Predator setup is awesome.
Here's my Halloween shit. There's my shit signed by PJ Soul. But yeah. Um. Hey, I've got my wrestling figures here. Here's my wall of signed shit. There's Nancy Allen, Linnea Quigley. There's the twins from Shining, Amy Steele, Jeremy Rain, Stacy Nelkins from Halloween 3, Barbara Steele. But yeah, that's just a little taste of it, you guys. I'm going to go through because I'm going to do it in an organized way. But yeah. Genocide Necker, yep.
Yeah, this is the latest movie I got in the mail today from Umbrella. I picked up the new Martyrs release.
Oh, yeah, I want that.
Yeah, like I haven't watched it yet, but luckily enough, it came with the slipcover. This is the first time I ever got an umbrella release with the slipcover. Every time I order one, it always comes without the slip. But I'm probably gonna end up watching that later on tonight.
Yeah,
But what do you got going on the rest of the night? You're doing a stream at noon tomorrow,
one.
or yeah, 1 o'clock.
This made my day. This coming in the mail, which I expected, and then getting this signed by Bill Mosley free as a bonus made my day.
Oh, I can only imagine, dude.
I even took them. I even had them hung up. I took them back off the wall just so I could show you guys.
Yeah, that's really cool, man. Like, how did you get those again?
I ordered and paid a good price for this because right there's the certificate of authenticity. So it's got. I bought this. I got this for like $35, signed
Damn,
by
that's not bad.
FUNHOUSE,
That's a
certificate of
good price.
authenticity, and ordered it and expected it today. I followed the tracking and it came. And then when I opened it up, and this letter right here, it came here. I opened it up, and I noticed it was fat. And I noticed I pulled that out. I had so much fat in it, and it was that folded up, pulled it out, and I had that too. I was like, damn. I guess I had that too since since Mosley played Chop Talk, and they were twin brothers.
Yeah.
So that was I was not expecting that.
Yeah, I went to a TCM2 screening back in like 2012, and Bill Mosley was there doing a Q&A after the
Yeah,
movie, and I think he was charging like 20 or 30 bucks for autographs. And I only had like 20 bucks left, and I was like, I don't care. I'm gonna walk up and ask him if he'll give me an autograph for 20 bucks. And I started talking to him, and I was like, "Yo, can you give me an autograph for 20 bucks?" And like, he looked at me, and he was like, "Yeah, no problem, dude." He's like, "But one thing, you got to tell me where I can get a cheesesteak in this city." So I wrote down the directions of where he can go find a cheesesteak in Philadelphia that's good, and he was just gave me the autograph, and I was on my way.
cool.
He was very nice to do that. I was expecting him to shut me down, and I was like, I don't care. There's only one way to find out. I'm gonna have to ask him. So doesn't hurt to ask.
Yes, Nancy Allen does look smoking hot in that. That was right around her. That was right between her Carrie and her blowout days. But yeah, and she is completely naked in that, but she's covering her boobs, and she's got a sign there. Yeah, that one and my PJ Soul sign ones are my favorites. Of course, I also got the Tall Man sign over here, and let me see, I got
I
a
don't
couple
have
others.
many autographs.
Um, but
I got a autograph Jason mask.
Yeah, I got a Kane Hodder one up there. Signed.
I forget who. This is the dude who plays Jason, like the little boy. But this is just
Oh,
a Friday mask with his autograph somewhere on here.
already leaving? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's his autograph on that. But I just got this sitting on a mannequin head so it can stay on display.
Do you have any do you have any recommend just a recommendation or two that you've come across the last few days that you might want to recommend to anybody? I got three recommendations here.
Not off
Somebody.
the top of my head, but go ahead.
Okay. My first one is may sound kind of strange for me, but I like these kind of films too. The Virgin Suicide.
I know I've heard of that before, and I've seen that artwork.
Written and directed by Sofia Coppola, and it's got a really good cast. It's got James Woods, Kathleen Turner, Kirsten Dunst, Josh Hartnett, Scott Glenn. That's one. The original 1957, the very first ever actual monster film by Hammer, The Curse of Frankenstein. The first time that Peter Cushing ever played Victor Frankenstein, and the first time that Christopher Lee ever played the Frankenstein monster. That's an awesome film too, man. This one in a lot of ways is better than Solo. And my last recommendation is an 80s slasher, and this is my Vinegar Syndrome copy of it, and it is Slaughterhouse.
Oh, doesn't that split? Yeah. You know, I still haven't seen that movie. I need to see that. I hear mixed things about that movie, but but from like the clips I've seen of it, it looks like a pretty good slasher.
It is fun, man. It is fun. See, Buddy has an axe to grind, a big axe. That's Buddy.
Yeah, that's definitely a nice set.
And this particular slipcover, it can be a pain in the ass, but I don't care what anybody says about it. It's cool as fuck. One of the coolest things in the movie. But that's my three recommendations: Slaughterhouse, 1957, Curse of Frankenstein, the very first Hammer Frankenstein movie, and The Virgin Suicide. That's my.
Yeah, I have one recommendation here, and this is the new Arrow video release for this movie called Fighting Back.
Yeah, I think
with Tom Skerritt. I ended up watching it a couple nights ago, and I've heard about how good this movie is and how like over the years, like a lot of people are like, dude, if you like Death Wish, it's pretty much the same thing. But it's got its own story going on. Like it's overall it's about a neighborhood guy who runs a neighborhood corner store, like like selling meats and stuff. And one day he leaves the store, and his mother's running the store, and she gets killed, and he tries to go to the police and do everything the right way, and the cops are like, we don't have enough manpower to fix this problem. So he decides to start gathering up neighborhood people that are tired of all the bullshit, and they start their own patrol unit, and they just start going around the neighborhood and fucking people up. Like like the crazy thing about it, like the reason why this movie's resonating with me so much is because it's actually filmed throughout the mean streets of Philadelphia, where I grew up most of my life. And it's really crazy to see a movie being filmed in a neighborhood that I grew up in. And I just had a really good time with it. And like overall, if you're a fan of vengeance movies like Death Wish, you would definitely enjoy this movie. And Tom Skerritt, you can say what you want about Tom Skerritt, but he is on his game in this movie. He's really on his game.
Man, I seen him in a few really good shows. I think he does a great job in Still Magnolias. He also does a great job in a movie called Savage Harvest from the early 80s. And it's the first movie ever made about they're in like Africa or something like that, and a bunch of lions get real hungry. And it was made before Ghost in the Darkness, way before. And they come in and they start attacking and eating motherfuckers. And he does a great job in that too. Tom Skerritt's a good actor.
Yeah, like I know like he'll get criticized by people sometimes, but I've never really seen him in a bad movie. Like I could never see him in like a certain performance and be like he's not doing good. Like he's always delivering 100%. But dude, he is like in this movie Fighting Back though, when he sees that his mother's dead, like he morphs into a whole nother monster. And like, like the whole neighborhood's trying to elect him for mayor, and he's like, I'm just trying to clean up all the scum on the street. I don't care about being mayor. I just
Yeah,
want all these motherfuckers out of my neighborhood.
yeah. That is awesome, Russell. I absolutely love Michael Ironside. No, not him. Like Rebick. Daryl Rebick. Scanners, I absolutely love Scanners. So yeah, that is fantastic, man. That you met him at an 8A meeting, huh? Interesting. Cause
I heard that
he is
Michael
Canadian.
Ironside's a really nice guy to talk to, actually. Every time I've heard people that have met him, they said they had good experiences with him.
Tom's still alive, isn't
Who, Ironside?
he? No, Tom Skerritt.
Oh, Scarrett. Yeah, he's almost 90 years old.
Well, Michael Ironside got fucked for Scanners actually. Uh, if you have the Criterion version of Scanners, he has an
Yeah, I
interview where he
know.
talks about it, where he finds out that everybody else is getting paid a shitload more than him.
Well, that's what happens when you don't have a good agent either. You
I'm
don't have
not
a
sure
good
he had any
agent, you're
agent.
probably not going to get big bucks.
I'm not sure he had any agent at that time. I think they were just fucking him because he was having a conversation with Stephen Lack and Jennifer O'Neill, which were his co-stars, right? The two main co-stars. You know, the one that played Cameron, and then the one that played the chick Scanner. The beautiful Jennifer O'Neill. Um, and that's when he found out. You know, they started telling him, and he was like, "You're making how much? How many zeros? Per and he's like, that's per week." But he got paid one base salary, and they were getting paid per week.
Yeah.
So they fucked him bad. Um, but yeah, he is fantastic. So is Scarrett. Um, let's see. Let's see. The Scanners is in my top 10 all day, every day. Great villain. He's always a great villain. I tell you what, his character in Total Recall, I don't give a shit how big Schwarzenegger was in that. He had been fucking my life all that time, and that's back when Sharon Stone was hot, right? I'd have cut his fucking throat. The one thing, my wife wouldn't have been in there doing that to begin with. I'd be like, nah, someone else's wife's gonna be fucking that motherfucker. Because remember, Sharon Stone was his wife in that, and she had lived with him as his wife all that time.
Right. Yeah, when I
And
think of Michael Ironside, that's what I think of. Total Recall, like Battlestar Trooper, or what is it, Starship Troopers and Scanners. Like that, those are like the movies that come to mind when I think of him.
he plays a great villain, yeah, not like him, like Rebick, Daryl Rebick. No, listen to me, man. No, listen to me at all.
Dude, Howard Shore's score for Scanners, that's a good one, man. With
It's
those
fantastic.
heavy trumpets in there, dude, it's so loud.
That to me, that's his best film. That is to me. But
What,
I like
Cronenberg?
Cronenberg. That's my favorite. That and Shivers and Rabid and The Fly.
You know what's like one thing about Scanners I find disturbing is the actual scanner assassins, just the way they portray themselves. They almost come off like robots. They have no emotions on their face. Like they don't give a fuck if you're about to get set on fire, you're gonna get your brain melted or what. Like there's that like they're just
Except,
so like
except
just
Rebick.
like narrow minded characters and like they just seem so eerie and disturbing.
Except Rebick. Like when Rebick's blowing, like when Rebick's building up the pressure and getting ready to blow the dude's head up. That fucking grin he's on his face, and he's sitting here doing shit like this while the guy's freaking out. And really just sitting like this. They're going, just fucking just loving it.
Yeah.
He's feeling that dude's head get bigger and bigger. He's like,
When
he's
he
like,
tries to play it
yeah.
off after it happens, he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. He just
He's
gets
like,
up and tries to walk away.
he's
I
like,
don't know
well,
what you're talking
he's orgasmic about that dude's torment that he's going through. He's loving that shit.
about. He's
He's
like,
like,
yo, what did you just do? He's like, I don't know what you're talking
I,
about.
I'm really sure. Yeah, it's chilling, man. That movie is so good. I've never been able to complete. Um, about a year and a half ago, I did a review on that with my son, and it didn't work out so well. Shit got all twisted around. And then about 10 months ago, me and John Steele did a watch party on it, and I had just started some new meds, man, and I was passing out during it and everything else. So I have never completed scanners yet on anything that I've done. So I am
Well,
going to do scanners, and I am going to complete it. And I got so much to say about this film. Damn it.
I mean, if you want me to do it with you in the future, I'm down.
Third time is going to be a charm, and I'm going to kick ass. I'm going to kick ass at the names when I do it.
Like, like I usually don't. Like I don't get me wrong. I really like scanners. Like I have it on Blu-ray. It is one of my favorite Cronenberg films. I find myself talking about it less because I usually get the vibe from other people that they don't really like it that much. So I find myself not talking about scanners very often with people because like I'll like like just like it just seems like in general just David Cronenberg. A
Yeah, I
lot of
know.
people are turned off by him. I just don't understand that. Like I love everything from Cronenberg, but
You know,
I
what's
don't
weird is,
expect Cronenberg's movies to click with everybody because some of them are extremely weird.
I expected to like his son a lot. And I don't hate his son's films, don't get me wrong. The first one I ever seen was Possessor. And I liked it up till the end. I thought the end was a bit incomplete. And then I seen Infinity Pool. And that was out there. That was strange. I'm still trying to
I
figure
still
out
need to
what
see that one.
and then I seen Antiviral. And Antiviral I felt drug on way too long. For some reason I just can't get into Brandon Cronenberg's film. I think his dad's films were so much better. And
Yeah,
that's just my
I
opinion.
mean, you think about it, it's completely two different styles, but it's almost like he's running with his dad's style with all like the new effects and new
He just updated.
technology that he has to work with too.
Yeah, he just updated it. I
But
think
I
his
mean,
dad was
so
trying
far, I
to.
feel like Brandon Cronenberg's work is it's kind of been hit or miss, but he's putting out some worthy films though.
I just I'm getting the feeling that all his films are films you got to see more than once because I've seen them all one time each.
That's definitely what like I mean, there's a lot of movies I do that with where like the first time I watch it, I'll be like, I think I gotta give this another watch sometime and really focus on it. Because there's times where I'm watching a movie and I won't focus on a certain section of the movie. I just won't. And then like I watch it another time later, I'm like, I don't even remember this going on. It just really depends on your attention on like a certain movie like that. Like if you're really paying attention to it all the way through. That is
Yeah,
why it's wise to go back and watch a movie again. You just never know if you might have missed something the first time around.
yeah, because there's some movies that I didn't like and I didn't watch them for 10, 15, 20 years, and then I watched them and they ended up being one of my favorites. You know what I mean? It just that shit
Dude, that shit
happens.
happens, man. That shit
So,
does happen, man. There's
so I'm always open to that.
be honest with you, like the first time I discovered Dario Argento, there was a few of his movies where I was like, I don't know if I'm really into this. And then you give it a second watch and you really sit there and watch the material, it starts to really click with you.
Yeah, the Fly, yeah, Juno, the Fly remake is damn good.
Yeah, that's another one with a good soundtrack too, man.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, I guess that's what all I have to say. Except for well, what's the first thing that you got coming up between now and Tuesday when we start Friday?
I mean, as of right now, I just have Tuesday planned with you for Friday the 13th, and then I'm gonna do a watch party for the Burbs on Sunday, July 16th at 5 p.m.
Okay.
And yeah, Juno, if you're still in the chat, you are welcome to join me on the panel for that if you want. Well, actually, anybody's welcome to join me on the panel. I hate doing watch streams or like watch parties by myself sometimes,
I
but
actually enjoy it at times. I like to do both. It just depends.
Sometimes I feel like I'm not good at keeping everyone's attention, like in the chat, and then also watching the movie and then talking about it. Like it can be a lot to juggle sometimes. I find it easier when you're talking with somebody. You kind of share the load.
Yeah, I'm just well practiced at it. I guess I did it for a long time by myself. I did it all. I did it half of last fall and then half of the winter all alone for the most part. So I got really good at doing that. I turned it into like a commentary. So, if you
Yeah.
go back and watch Halloween and a lot of those, you find that's what I was doing. The only partner I usually had for the longest time was every other Tuesday Steele would join. And, we did The Shining and shit like that. And those are really good, actually. But, yeah, tomorrow at 1 o'clock, I've got the children's from, I think it's 2008. And that is a really good, in my opinion, one of the best creepy kid films there is. So join me, you guys, definitely for that. Um, and then Monday night at 11 p.m., I got the original Pumpkinhead with Lance Hendrickson.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I'll be
And
in the
then
chat for that.
Tuesday, right here with Sean, kicking off play 3 months. It'll take us 3 months to do all these Fridays. We'll be doing the original Friday the 13th Part 1, starring Adrian King, Betsy Palmer, the young Kevin Bacon. So, yeah. Other than that, yeah, thanks for joining us for this, man. The Funhouse is a cool one, and I'm glad I finally got to do it. Thanks for joining me for this, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
And
dude. Like I mean, it was perfect timing because like I know it was like kind of just out of nowhere, but I had nothing planned. I was planning on just sitting in watching TV anyway, so
cool.
this
Yeah,
definitely worked out. And I know we've been talking about watching this anyway. We never
yeah,
just sat on a date for it, and that's why when you mentioned it, and I know you mentioned corpses too, but I was like, I think we should just get the Funhouse out of the way and then work on doing corpses later. We'll plan that out.
yeah.
Because I think
I
we'll have
plan
better
on.
attention. You know what? We'll have better like we'll probably have more people show up if we plan that one out. Because that's a
Yeah,
movie that everybody likes.
yeah, yeah. Well, this one I had just planned on watching it either way, and since we had talked about watching it, I figured I'd see if you wanted to join me. And since you did want to join me, I said, "Fuck it, let's just put it live, see who wants to join up with us."
Yeah, I've been
But
wanting to watch this movie again. It's pretty much a movie I watch around this time of year, so or I'll probably watch it around like the Halloween season or something.
right. Oh, Juno does have a rent. Okay, so Juno's got a rent. So I need to get one to Austin, and I need to get one to Russell. Okay, and Mayan. Okay, so that's the three that I need to get renters to. So, all right, man. Thanks everybody for joining us. I will see you guys tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. Everybody have a great night. Um, thanks to Sean again, and I will probably see you tomorrow in the chat. Um,
Yeah.
if I don't see you before that or talk to you before that, which I will, but I'm just saying. Uh, I'll see you Tuesday night when we kick off Friday the 13th. That is Sean Blue Digital, and I am Gorflo, and you guys are not. Have a great night. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and much love to you. Have a great night.
Yeah, take care. Have a safe weekend, everyone.